In this video, we're going to take a look at these arrow keys on your calculator and see how they can help you while you're solving problems. We're going to look at kind of a long geometry problem in order to investigate this. In this example, we're trying to find the area of this kind of big shape that looks like a bunch of other shapes put together. So what we're going to do is split this into a few different shapes that we know how to find the area of, and find the area of each one and then add them together. Here's how I'll choose to do that. I can draw a line right in here, I could draw another line right in here, and then that creates a square, a rectangle, and a right triangle for me to find the area of. And I just have to find a few missing dimensions. And now I'm going to set out finding the area of all three of these shapes. Now the first one is this square up on top. This is a 4 by 4 square, so I'm going to find the area by multiplying 4 times 4. And my calculator can help with that, even though probably I know how to do that in my head. I'll just go ahead and store those numbers in my calculator so I don't forget. The next one is this rectangle. This is an 8 by 4 rectangle. So to find that area, I'm going to multiply those two numbers together. I get 32 that time. The next shape is a triangle. The area formula for a triangle is 1/2 times base times height. And this triangle has a base of 4 and also a height of 4. So let me type that into my calculator. Now when I'm typing this in, I'm going to intentionally make a mistake right here so that I can show you how to fix it. I accidentally typed in 1/3 instead of 1/2. So what I can do in order to fix that, I don't have to type the whole thing in over again. I can arrow up to that calculation that I messed up. I can hit enter to reproduce that calculation on the last line. And then I can simply arrow over and change that 3 to a 2 and recalculate it. Now maybe I want to just go ahead and totally get rid of that line that was a mistake, just so I don't look back up and confuse myself. You can arrow up to it and hit the clear button. It'll totally remove that line for you. So now I can see the 3 correct calculations that I intended, gave me the 16, the 32, and this last one is 8. Now here's another way that I can use the arrow buttons to help me out here. I want to add up those 3 numbers, 16 plus 32 plus 8. And while these numbers themselves would not be that difficult to just go ahead and type in 16 plus 32 plus 8, imagine if they were much bigger numbers, or maybe numbers that had a bunch of decimals at the end of them, or maybe they were fraction numbers that just take a little extra time to type in. It would be nice to be able to avoid having to type those numbers in over again. So that's kind of what we're getting at here. I can do that by simply arrowing up to those numbers and hitting enter to reproduce them on the bottom line. So I can put a 16, stick a plus sign after it, go up and grab my 32, put another plus sign there, arrow up and grab the 8, and I didn't have to really use the keypad at all to type 16 plus 32 plus 8. And I can get my final answer. This shape has an area of 56. Now, this kind of eliminates the need for me to have written any of this stuff down. If I'm able to keep all of this organized on my calculator screen, I could have probably answered this whole area problem without having written a single thing. Now, your math teacher is not going to love that very much. You still should sort of record your thought process and what you're doing when you're solving problems like this. But your calculator can really help you stay organized and prevent making careless mistakes.